Hi guys, I'm taking a very quick break from World of Warcraft to make this video. I did do basically a video response, which is what you're about to watch in a few moments. It turns out I got very angry when I was making it. There's a lot of swearing at the F word is used quite a lot. So what you're about to watch is not work safe at all. It's not child safe. If you're not of that age where you should be watching people swear, then turn off now. Okay guys? But for those of you who don't mind that sort of thing, and if you do, just turn the video off. I don't mind. But if you don't mind that sort of thing, then carry on. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learn something as well. Goodbye. This video was brought to my attention by one of the people who subscribed, basically responded to Cro-Magnus's game Consortium, which I did as well, and that's Confirmed Crit. Now, Confirmed Crit hasn't released any videos at the moment, and he's still learning the ropes. He's making a couple of common errors at the moment, and if you're out there, by the way, mate, if you want to get any tips and tips, just get in touch, okay? I don't want to have to, I don't want to seem like I'm coming off all superior, but there's a couple of common mistakes you're making, and I can tell you where you're going wrong, because I learned those mistakes 6 months ago, so I can help you out with that. Right. Basically, his response was to, one second, Shadow Lord X8, and his video, Franchise Need to Die Part 6, Dungeons and Dragons. Now, first of all, before we do anything, I want you to pause this video. Now, go and watch the original video. Right, if you can stomach it all the way to the end, I'll be surprised, because it took me a lot of effort to do so. Basically, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, first of all, this is going out to you, Shadow Lord X8. Personally, as a person, I've never met you. I don't know you from Adam, and I don't want to come off the fact that I hate your guts. I don't think that's the case. I just think you're very misinformed. And while people do say that everyone's entitled to their own opinion, that's not precisely true when your opinion's based on crap. First of all, you admit yourself personally you've never ever played Dungeons & Dragons in any of its incarnations. So that means over the 30 years it's existed, you've never touched it. At all. In its original medium format, which is as an RPG played around the tabletop with friends. How on earth can you comment about something you never played? That's like me talking about skydiving. Because I never skydived. I don't want to fucking jump out with a perfectly good working plane. Why the hell do I want to skydive? More importantly, what gives me the right to talk about it despite the fact I've never fucking done it? Right. Secondly, almost all of your facts seem to derive from stuff you heard Spoony say. If you don't know who Spoony is, there's going to be a link in the sidebar. He's a fantastic guy, he does a lot of good videos, he's very intelligent. He's recently unfortunately lost his job basically as a freelance writer for Didnt magazine. He did a very good column which was movie rants that were very funny. It was designed to be tongue-in-cheek, it was designed to be offensive, it was designed to basically get the nerds riled up, and it was a lot of fun. And basically your information, Shadow Lord X, is all from watching that guy's videos. Now, his videos are aimed at people who've already done that. So you're watching this, you don't have that background of history, so you don't get the references. When he complains about plate mail being 50 gold pieces and you can buy it as a starting character, you don't understand why that is a problem. I mean, granted, I don't think it's a problem anymore. I did when I first encountered 4th edition. I thought it was a massive problem. Secondly, you're talking about 4th edition like, no, you know what the fuck you're talking about. You clearly don't. That's your problem right there. Now, I'm not trying to be offensive and attack you, but I need to point out where you're making your mistakes. Because if you're going to carry on doing this and no one tells you you're doing it wrong, you're never going to learn. Because most people aren't their own best critic, and that is a problem. Especially when you're dealing with a medium like YouTube. Right. After that, you called us nerds. Right. You're on a channel on YouTube that talks about video games. What the fuck do you think you are? I'm a nerd. I play video games. I'm playing World of Warcraft right now. More precisely, I'm waiting to play World of Warcraft because the fucking thing's crashed, and then I'm waiting for a GM to restore the game for me. You know, I'm a nerd. I play role-playing games. I play computer games. You play computer. You play Final Fantasy. That is a role-playing game. Granted, it's not with your friends. It's by yourself. which may make you more of a nerd than the people that sit around and play dice games with each other. But you're a nerd. I'm a nerd. We're all fucking nerds. Why are you using it as an offensive term as opposed to what it is, which is a positive term? It's like, you know, nerds, geeks, same thing, right? Basically, it's a label. Now, granted, your average jock, to use the American terminology, uses it as an offensive term, and when you say it, it sounds offensive. When I say it, it's not, because it's quite sincere in the fact that I'm using it as a label to say, this is what distinguishes us from everyone else, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then, finally, you end your video with an incredibly poorly done skit. I mean incredibly poorly done. So the only way I could ever possibly respond to that is with one of my own. Thank you for your time, guys, and I hope you enjoy this.
Hello everyone, this is animated Starscream of the animated Transformers fame, and I'm here to do a talk about Galvatron, or more precisely Galvatron from the Classics range, which has just been released. My opinion of this toy is that it is wank. It is terrible. You should never buy it. Why do I have this opinion, I say? Well, because I watched a video on YouTube by Kalel Prime which told me it was rubbish, and he did a lot of swearing and stuff, and he basically ripped the toy apart and told me it was rubbish, and I believe him because he is awesome and made of win. But there's nothing to do with the fact that he shot me during the last movie we did together. No, nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with the fact it was a giant cock after Series 2. No, nothing to do with that either. It was all to do with the fact that Kalel Prime told me his toy was rubbish. So despite the fact that I've never bought the toy, never owned it, have no intention of paying the measly £10 to buy it, to see what I think, I will tell everybody my opinion and say, don't buy this toy. It is rubbish. Bye-bye!
Finally, if there's anything else to be learnt from this particular endeavour, as it were, it's that it's a known fact that to attract a YouTube audience and to get people to stay watching you, you have to present something that's interesting. Now, ranting appears to be quite a popular thing at the moment in time. The Angry Video Game Nerd is a fantastic example of that. However, it doesn't work if you don't know what you're talking about. You did bring up several issues which were quite almost touching nerves for the D&D community. And this is a positive point, by the way, although unfortunately it's not a very good one. You did point out that the movie was crap. Everyone knows the movie was crap. The movie was crap because people that had no love of the franchise did it. It's the exact same with any Hollywood situation right now, unfortunately. And you also talked about why there were so many books. Well, the history behind that is there's always been 3 books. There's always been a Dungeon Master's Guide, a Player's Handbook, and a Monster Manual. It always has been. Ever since the first box set. Admittedly, in the first box set, there were 3 pamphlets with those names on, and as the rules have got more and more complicated, or changed even in some cases, they have had to renew and even expand upon the rules, and as such, every incarnation unfortunately has different rules, and it's always stayed that 3-rule system. People do bitch and gripe about it, fair enough, I do, I really do, but the problem is I honestly believe that based upon what I've heard, is you're not actually saying anything that's actually from here, from your heart, or from your head. You're actually just aping something that someone else has already said, and it's incredibly obvious if you've ever seen Spoony's stuff, what you're doing. Because you yourself clearly have no idea what you're talking about, and that's a shame, really. My advice is, if you want to make rants, I don't mind, you know. And bear in mind, I've made this video with no background history of you whatsoever. I don't know what your videos normally like, I don't know if ranting's a normal thing for you, I don't know if you bitch about role-playing games all the time, but, you know, I went onto your website, your page, and the first thing I saw was a Final Fantasy video, and you know, and that's while you're bitching about role-playing games. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for your time, guys. Bye-bye.